What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. Bill here. Hope if I put it in gear. We're going to do an edition of a truck talk here. Happy Friday to everybody. It's my Sunday. I got to go back to work tomorrow. Not really looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm not looking forward to like anything right now, really, to be honest. Been off for 4 days. Been off since Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, since Tuesday. Okay. And so I gave myself a 4-day weekend. And it's been raining almost the whole time, so I've been cooped up in my pad. And it's just kind of keeping me in a funk a little bit, to be honest. A lot, and some of it has to do with still my sobriety, man. And today is, I can't remember which one it is, but we're gonna call this my sobriety video. I can't remember what number it is, but I'll put it in the title. I'll figure it out when I get home. But in times like that, like when I'm kind of stuck at home, it's rainy outside, there's no sunshine, I'm kind of bored and lonely, to be honest, isolated. Those are the times when I used alcohol to entertain myself, really. When I'm just stuck, like whenever I was stuck, start drinking beers, and I wouldn't worry about it, but we're not doing that anymore. And it's times like that where I don't really have anything to do, and and there's nothing going on. I feel isolated, and I kind of feel stuck. Those are the times when alcohol kind of numbs you from those thoughts and stuff. And and how I've been dealing with it, I've just been laying down, sleeping, taking naps, lots of naps. I probably slept more in the last 4 days than I freaking been awake because I've been home. My lungs are feeling better, so taking the extra 2 days off is helping me, but it's not helping my mental health either. It's not helping my mental health being stuck in my pad for 4 days and not having any vices to help me. So I've been struggling, honestly, a little bit with my mental health the last few days, man, to be honest. For a while, like when I feel like that, I go outside and I do something, but the weather's been keeping me in, and it's been hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's been kind of a little bit of a drag, even though it's nice to be home, but it's also nice to be able to, it would be nice to be able to go outside when I feel like I need to, and I can't when it's raining and stuff, it's cold. It's just not nice, outside lately, and it's been affecting me a little bit. But other than that, I'm feeling okay physically. I don't know if my lungs are completely healed yet, but maybe I had a little bug or something in my lungs. I don't know, but it feels like they're getting better. But at the same time, it feels like maybe if I go outside a lot, it can kind of start to come back, and that's kind of a worry of mine. But the thought came across my mind last night of AA. My mom called me yesterday actually, and was hinting around to maybe I should check out AA. Maybe I can be around people more, and because she understands that when you quit drinking, you kind of quit a lot of your social life too, because most of my friends that I socialize with, alcohol was our thing, you know. Beer was our thing, and that's like the thing we had in common was drinking, you know. That was the thing we did. But now I'm not doing that, and you know, they're still my friends, but we just don't hang out. We don't socialize as much because the one thing we had in common is the thing I'm not doing anymore. And you know, me personally, I don't want to be tempted, even though if I'm around it, I'm not tempted. It's just I just don't feel like I should be there, you know. And because I'm not drinking, and you know, like I said in my other videos, I feel kind of like the odd man out a little bit now in the drinking community. Okay, what has been my social life. So like I'm thinking, well, maybe I should try an AA meeting. You know, my mom suggested it. My mom's sister's husband, Rich, has been pretty successful, very successful with not drinking for a long time, and he is a big advocate of AA. And you know, he was talking to my mom, and my mom was telling him how, you know, I've been sober for almost a year, and he recommended, and you know, and she knows that I'm not like meeting people. She did ask if I had, you know, what's going on with the girls, right? And I told her nothing. It hasn't been nothing for a long time. So she suggested that maybe I try AA, and I'm like, I don't know. That's not really. I used to go to AA with my buddy Dave, and you know, I've been there a few times. It didn't really seem like my gig, my jam, you know. Like, it just seems like a lot of cigarette smokers hanging out, you know, to me. And it's like, I don't want to be around a bunch of cigarette smokers, you know. It's chain smokers. Seemed like that's all it was to me. It's like just a bunch of recovering alcoholics that just smoke their asses off, man. It's like, golly, man, I'm not into that either. But you know, I'm sure there's some people there I'm sure I could click with. You know, you never know till you really try it, you know. And the times I was there, I wasn't there for me. I was there with my buddy Dave, which, you know, he passed already, but he was a big AA guy too. But you know, I'm able to not drink on my own, but am I able to socialize without being surrounded by alcohol? That's the problem. Is I'm finding it difficult to want to go out anywhere, because the only places there really are, besides AA, are places that are about alcohol, you know? And I really don't want to be around that scene. I don't, because those places are the type of places where you drink and you get loose and you have a good time. That's not what I'm doing anymore. You know, it's just different now that I'm sober. It's different. It's not the same. You don't have that elixir, the liquid courage, whatever you want to call it, you know? It's not in the picture anymore. So things are a lot different now. And the easiest part, I would say at this point, about 11 months in, is not staying away from alcohol. It's just dealing with my mental health without alcohol, and wondering what happened to my social life without alcohol, because it seems like when I quit drinking, my social life quit also. And I know it's not my friends that I'm sure they don't care if I don't drink. It's me though. It's me that cares, because they're not the ones that are trying not to drink. They're not the ones that quit drinking, you know. It's probably not an issue to them, my friends that still go out and drink and do whatever. The issue is with me. I don't want to be in that environment. when I'm not drinking, because I feel like the odd man out. I feel like, you know, a lump on a log. And that's just how it makes me feel. And so I'm to the point now, it's where it's like, I feel like I need to make new friends, you know, that are doing what I'm doing, you know, that understand what I'm going through, you know. And honestly, since I've quit drinking and do drugs, a lot of my friends don't call me as much, you know, because they know that I'm sober now and I don't do that. And that, you know, we just don't have that in common. I've noticed, like, a lot of my friends now don't call me as much. We don't do nothing. Sometimes they won't even return my text or call now. It's like, whatever, you know. It's all correct. I understand. I get it. But it's just what it is, you know. It's just what it is. And I know this is kind of a Debbie Downer video, but this is how I'm feeling right now, you know. And I'll tell you, physically, I feel better. And when I am feeling good mentally, I feel better. But, you know, quitting alcohol and drugs it's not like a magic cure for mental illness or depression. It's not a magic cure. It can help you feel better physically, and it can help you feel better mentally, but not all the time. Okay? Not all the time. It's not the magic bullet, all right? It helps. But at the same time, there's times where being sober and not having that elixir doesn't help. It makes it harder because you don't have that crutch. You don't have that vice. You don't have the numbing vice, you know. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But what's up? That's a Smurfy-looking Porsche with a Smurfy-looking Smurfette. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I think the pros outweigh the cons. It's just has to play out. And I have to figure a lot of things out still. Like, what the hell am I going to do as a sober person now? How am I going to handle it? How am I going to handle myself? How am I going to handle just life without my elixir, my habits, my bad habit, you know? So that's the game now for me. Definitely my eyes are wide open. My thoughts are definitely a lot more clear. But there's a lot more thoughts going on in my head that sometimes it's overwhelming because I'm not numb. It's just your brain is like, it just goes. And, you know, I think at 11 months in off alcohol, I'm at I think it's a weird stage of becoming sober. I think it's a weird stage because I'm still going through a whole big shift, a whole change of my whole life. Because my whole life basically evolved around drugs and alcohol, really. And so this is still really new to me, really. Trying to navigate life without anything at 54 years old. So, you know, it's kind of like they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm going to have to teach myself new tricks because I'm not going to do what I've been doing my whole life. I don't want to. I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. I don't want to do drugs. You know, I can understand if something forces you to do it, you know, but I stopped drinking and doing drugs because I chose to. I wasn't forced to. I chose to for more than one reason. Okay, there's several reasons I chose to. Number one is my health. I didn't have to. I could have kept going. But I I know if I kept going, I was going to have a lot more health issues. So I chose because of that. I chose because of my mental health. I know that if I kept drinking or doing drugs or both, that my mental health was going to continue to decline. So that's another reason I chose to stop. And another reason, the money. If I kept drinking or doing drugs or both, I would have wasted a lot of money or even put my job in jeopardy to where I can't make money because it can screw you up that much. And so those are the main reasons I stopped drinking and doing drugs and drinking, okay? Both. To me, they're equal, okay? They're both equally damaging to me, and one of them's legal and one's not, okay? So I'm just gonna keep going with it. I know it's gonna be hard. I'm not out of the woods. I don't know if you're ever out of the woods with it. I think it's always gonna be a struggle. It's all sheer willpower, really. Once an addict, always an addict. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And I think that's the truth. And it's all, do you really want to be sober? That's what it boils down to. And for me, the answer is yes. I want to be sober. And I will be sober. And I'm going to be sober. And, it's just a process. I think it gets easier over time, but I'm in a weird time now where it's not easy yet. It's still hard, okay? Even after a year or 11 months, it's still there. And I will say, alcohol, I would say, is harder because it's always in your face. Wherever you go, you see it, okay? More people do it than drugs, okay? So I would say, overall, alcohol is the harder one to stop, okay? Although it's not as addicting as the drugs I was doing, okay? The drugs I was doing was more addicting because there was more of like a dependency on that once you get hooked on it, okay? The dependency is way stronger with the drugs than alcohol, okay? Alcohol, you can get off it a lot easier, and that's the difference. But the two combined, it's always going to be there, okay? Like a skeleton in the closet. And, I'm just going to learn how to deal with my emotions and just life as just me, normal, sober. And that's what I want. And that's what I'm going to do. And I know it's not going to be easy all the time, but when I do feel good and I get my mental state back on track and the weather's good and everything's good, I know how good I'm going to really feel. And I'm telling you now, when you feel that good, pat myself on the back because it feels really good and it's real. It's not fake. It's real good feelings. Real good feelings. Not fake good feelings. Real good feelings. And it's pretty rewarding, to be honest, when you get to them type of feelings, and they're natural, they're real, they're not fake, and I love it. And that's my reward for doing the right thing. So I'm getting close to the pad now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, but I don't want it to get too long. But this is my I can't remember which one it is, but I'll put it in the title. This is gonna be my 10-month. I got like 4 more days and I'll have 11 months, okay? Recovery vlog video. So thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, and the little bell for notifications. Run my videos in the background so I can get the watch hours. I really appreciate that. And we'll catch y'all later. See ya.